I've got here Angie for those tuning in for the first time. So Angie is from D Style Dance. Um, and I'm gonna get Angie to kind of like say a bit more about D Style Dance in brief, there's a disclaimer also that Angie would like to share, and then we can get cracking. So over to you,
Yeah,
Angie.
thank you, Sean. Thank you. So, once again, thank you, Sean and Street Tag, for the honor of actually coming and sharing the little knowledge I have. So, I'm Angelique from D Style Dance. Most of you, I hope, know me already because you've been dancing with me on Instagram Tuesdays, if you remember. We aren't doing that as much now because things are opening up, but I still have many free resources for dance fitness. Whoever's interested on YouTube, I've been doing videos with Active Essex as well. So lots of different opportunities and still going forward. For example, next week I'm launching my Zumba toning class, which is dance and toning on Zoom. So if you're interested, then get in touch. That's a paid class, but if you're interested in free dance fitness resources and live classes free, then just feel free to get in touch. Again, I can help. I've got loads of saved resources there. So that's me and D Style. So mostly a dance fitness company, but as I mentioned last week, I have a nutrition certificate and also my life experiences in terms of healthy living and some research as well that I've done that I'm here to share with you guys, and hopefully it'll be
Fantastic.
helpful.
And the disclaimer.
Yes, the disclaimer. Okay, so the disclaimer, this is for general everybody healthy living. Okay, obviously if you have medical conditions such as diabetes, high blood pressure, etc., you might need certain different elements to your food and nutrition, which you need to speak to a doctor or nutritionist who deals with specific conditions as well. So, that's my disclaimer. This is a general healthy living and healthy food chat, not specific to any kind of conditions that people might have.
Awesome. Thank you for that. So there's a lot. I think it would be nice to pick up from where we sort of like left off last week. So to do that, there's a question that I really want to get us to start with, which is around what do you define by healthy food and healthy diet?
Okay, so let's first think about the word diet. So I'm not talking about these fad diets, which is no carbs or cabbage diet or whatever, the silly diets are out there. Sorry, but it's true. Diet, in my sense, is what we eat, just normal food, your diet of your normal food. So let's call it healthy food instead, okay? So, what do I term as healthy food? Okay, so healthy food, according to me, is daily you must have a certain few things that give you health in your body as well, like in terms of food. And that would be 5 fruits and vegetables a day is like a minimum standard, which you've all heard, the 5 a day. You know what? 5 a day, in fact, is not even enough. Okay, it should be really 10 a day, it should be even 20 a day. That's how important fruits, vegetables, and salads together are for us. But minimum 5 a day. And by that, I mean fruits, I mean fresh vegetables, they can be frozen vegetables, they can be canned vegetables, they can be, like I said, salads, tomatoes, cucumbers, all of that. So you've got like hundreds of things to choose from. But if you can pick 5 for a day minimum, then that's definitely part of healthy eating. And remember, colors of the rainbow, as many different colors as you can include of fruits and vegetables. The darker colors and the red colors and the purples are full and full of nutrition. So remember, colors of the rainbow and number 5, okay, minimum 5. So including that every single day in your diet, in your food that you eat, is really, really important. Okay. Then I would say 8 glasses of water, which is 2 liters of water, again, is really, really critical. And by water, I mean fresh filtered water. Guys, don't drink water from the plastic bottles, whether it's Evian or whatever brand it is, okay? Anything in plastic is really not healthy anymore. It leaches into the water and is actually really unhealthy. So try and drink fresh filtered water wherever possible. So these are kind of some of the healthy food, healthy diet things we talk about. Plus, in addition, let me add to the list, okay, is obviously avoiding junk food or not having it on a regular basis. So your fatty fried foods, McDonald's, your samosas, anything deep fried, anything full
Mm.
of bad fats is really bad for you, and pizzas as well, processed foods, high, fat, high bad fat foods. There are good fats like avocados and nuts and oily fish, etc. Those are good fats which are really good for you, but bad fats, things that are deep fried, are really bad. This brings me back to my question last week where I asked, is vegetable oil healthy? Does anybody have an answer for me there? Can anybody tell me about vegetable oil? Is it made from vegetables? Let's see if anybody answers. Let's see, let's see. Anyone there?
Could you
So,
repeat the question again?
yeah, the question was, is vegetable oil healthy? Is it made from vegetables, for example? Because the name says vegetable oil, so surely it's made from vegetables.
Hmm. Let's see.
Hmm, everyone's thinking.
Was
Okay.
no, not at
Oh,
all.
good. We have one answer. Yes, Bobby. Well done. Yes. So, no, it is not at all healthy. In fact, you're right, Bobby. It's very unhealthy. Thank you, Minakshi. You too. It's not made from vegetables. That's a name just to fool you. Don't think you're having vegetable oil, so you're kind of adding to your 5 a day. No, 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 no. Healthy. It's totally unhealthy. It's actually made from chemicals, nothing to do with a single vegetable. So please avoid it. It's actually, listen to this, guys, vegetable oil is toxic for you. Toxic is the word.
Wow.
So when you go out and you eat foods that are deep fried in vegetable oil, guess what, guys? One, the deep frying is unhealthy, but two, vegetable oil is really toxic. I know lots of our Asian families actually cook in vegetable oil, canola oil, sunflower oil. These are really, really unhealthy. They're all toxic.
So can
So
I ask
you
then? So
need,
what are the alternatives?
yes, so the alternatives are nut-based oil. So you have your peanut oil, there's rapeseed oil, there's mustard oil, there is um, olive oil, but olive oil, on a little bit of a warning there, olive oil is not for high temperatures because again it gets toxic at high temperatures. But olive oil is fantastic when you're having a salad and you put it on salad dressings, etc. Cooking foods, like I said, rapeseed oil, peanut oil, nut oils, obviously, if you're not allergic to nuts, mustard oil, ghee as well. Ghee, actually, you'll be surprised, ghee is very healthy, but again, in a small dose, okay, not tons of ghee. All right, don't cook in butter, don't cook in tons of ghee. And also, I would say coconut oil is moderately healthy, so but be careful with it, just small portions and once in a way. But generally, if you mix it up and use the healthier oils, it's much better for you. Depends on what you're cooking. If you're deep frying, you can't deep fry in ghee. You'll have to use something like rapeseed oil. It just depends on what you're cooking. Yeah. So but vegetable oil, if you still have a container, honestly, take it to the bin. Bin it, bin it. I don't like wasting food, but that is poison for your body. So honestly, just bin the vegetable oil. That's how shocking it is.
Wow.
One more thing to add to that. So we've said no junk food, no processed foods. Don't buy processed foods, guys. It's really simple to cook something basic and simple. You've got so many chefs out there
So
who,
do you mind giving it just an example, if couple of example of processed food? What is that?
yes. So processed foods is when you go to the supermarket and you would see 2 for 5 ready-made Indian curry, vegetable biryani, lasagna, whatever. Anything that's ready-made already for you to use, it's already been processed, okay? Or ready sauces, or pizzas are really processed as well. So things that have already been made, which have been processed already, and then you're going to use them after. Okay, so processed foods are not good for you. Junk foods are not good for you at all. Not only calorie wise, but the toxins they put into your body as well. So just make simple foods at home. If you don't know how to cook, there's so many easy tutorials. You've got fabulous chefs like Jamie Oliver, Body Coach, who talk about, easy recipes in 15 minutes, and, try it. It's not hard to do. It's easy. So avoid bad stuff where you can is my biggest word of advice, make everything at home. During this lockdown, lots of people have tried cooking and baking. It's fabulous. And lastly, I would say the other really the ingredient that's not good for you at all is sugar. Sugar, big capital letters, highlighted, stick it on your fridge or all over your house. Sugar is honestly very toxic. It's the cause of most diseases these days: blood pressure, diabetes, cancer, a ton of, and also obesity. And then obesity leads to everything else. Sugar is very, very addictive as well. Hence, you don't feel like giving it up. It's very hard to give up because they say sugar is 8 times more addictive than cocaine. Yep, you heard that correct, because it lights up your brain and it also adds unnecessary calories. So you need to really cut down. If you can't give it up, cut it down as much as you can. Think about it. If you have 4 cups of tea and you have a spoon or two of sugar every cup, you're having 8 spoons of sugar in a day, for example, or tons of biscuits or cakes. And you know what's the worst thing, Sean? Everything that
Yeah.
we have that is processed, all processed foods contain sugar. Check the labels, guys.
Wow.
Every food, whether it's baked beans, whether it's cornflakes, whether it is Rice Krispies, all these processed breakfasts are full of sugar.
Can
Everything.
I ask then, like I'm just being cheeky here and then just
Yeah.
being realistic as well. Like, for
Yes.
most families, sometimes it's just because of time, quick, they want something quick. And also just for other reasons, some people just want, what, I can't be asked this time. So if
I
they,
know.
would you say still like people can have some of these stuff, but at a very moderate occasion stage, like not everyone can handle it like to be like that constantly, and also especially if they have kids at home as well.
Yes.
I'm just wondering, you know, like if there's
Yes.
is there like a way of finding a balance, or not at all?
Well,
Just to
it
be
depends.
cheeky.
Yeah, just it depends how healthy you want to be. If you're really into health and especially reducing weight and obesity, sugar is the worst thing. That's what causes, it's not the fats, it's the sugar that's causing you to put on weight. So it depends how healthy you want to be. So if you're looking to drastically lose weight, then sugar should go, really. Also, if you are on path to possibly having diabetes, you have a genetic family history of diabetes, or these kind of high blood pressure, then yes, sugar should go as much as possible. Yes, it's very hard to give up because it's addictive, and that's why manufacturers put it in their processed foods, guys. So you get addicted to eating those things and you want it all the time. So
Yeah.
yes, and for the others, then if it's really hard to do, just do it gently and gradually, So if you have 1 cup of sugar in your, your tea, 1 cup of sugar,
You don't
sorry,
want
one spoon
food.
of sugar. Cut it down to half or 3/4 for a week. Then go down to a half if you can, yeah?
Yeah.
Maybe have some, what should I say, cheat days where, okay, you've been good all week, so now you can have a treat, so you
Yeah.
have your treat days. And yes, of course, people are so busy, so try and do things that are, where possible, reduce the sugar. Now, for example, lots of people like sweets, but you can actually substitute it with other things. If you have fruits, okay, if you feel like you're really peckish and want something sweet, go for a bowl of berries or an apple cut up with something healthy. Or you can even have dates. Dates are super sweet, You can make a little puree of dates if you want to put it on your porridge, for example, instead of sugar. So you're getting not only
Mm.
all the nutrition, but it's sweet as well. You know what? Our brains can't tell whether we're having sugar or we're having dates. It's the sweet feeling. So now, if you can substitute the bad sugars for something healthier, then you will actually satisfy that sweet craving anyway. But yes, trying to have a balance is definitely the best way forward. But try to consciously cut it down. Don't say, right, I need a balance, I can't go without sugar, therefore I'm just going to eat it. Try. If it's important to you, you want to lose weight, you want to get healthier, you want to avoid certain diseases, then yes, you need to make a conscious effort to substitute, to eat less of sugar, definitely.
Fantastic. So just because of time, we want to try and make this as concise. So since we're going to be
Yes.
sharing another platform, to finish off, then, if just in a minute or so, do you want to briefly say some stuff around portion control? before we wrap up for this Saturday?
Okay, so portion control again, be careful with how much you eat, guys. Again, if you want to lose weight, then obviously two massive plates of food is not going to help, you know. Again, you need to be really committed to thinking about what is your goal? Is my goal weight loss? Then what do I need to do? I need to cut out bad fats. I need to cut out junk foods. I need to manage my portion so I'm getting enough, okay? I still need enough and a really balanced diet, guys. You know what? If you have bigger portions of vegetables and fruits and salads, then you will be filled up. You don't need the fried chips and the something else alongside. You know, have again a balanced diet, and where possible, increase your vegetables and fruits and salads, and you will be full up as well. Another trick is to use a smaller plate. You think you're still having the same amount. See, it's about tricking the mind. Can you believe it? That's how simple it is. Just take a smaller plate, not a tiny plate, but maybe a slightly smaller plate, and try not to go for the seconds unless you're starving, in which case, yes, please do. But things like that. Also drink water, guys. Water is very important. It gets rid of the toxins in your body. So I would say before each meal, if you have a glass or two of water, it gets rid of too much hunger as well, and then you can eat less because your
Awesome.
tummy has kind of got full, and also it's getting rid of the toxins. It's giving each of your cells that much needed hydration and water, which is really, really important.
Fantastic.
So yeah, few tips.
This has been really, really useful. I think for me personally, I definitely will be have to be rewatching this back one more time again once it's fully uploaded onto Facebook, just to kind of like
Sure.
recalibrate and kind of like taking some of those, some of the things that you've mentioned. I think that will be useful for everyone else as well if, as a
Yes,
practice to do. But again, this has been
definitely.
another fantastic one. We did really, really well with the sound today, so that's a good
Yes.
start. And then we're up to this is the second episode, so I'm looking forward to what you have in store for next Saturday. And can we
Yep.
just say also, like, it'll be really interesting if you can please inbox myself or on our Facebook page, or just inbox Angie as well with some questions in advance about some specific stuff that you might want to ask. And we would
Mm.
love to ask some of that in the stream next Saturday. And some of the future stuff that, if I can also mention that we're planning to do down the line, about 2 weeks, approximately 2 weeks or so, we're actually going to be bringing some of Angie's previous, should I say, how should I say it, like clients, should I say? Is that okay to use that word?
My yeah, my current customers who are actually
Customers,
part of my Fit for Life program, who are actually street tag customers as well now.
indeed.
So they've merged in, and it's been wonderful for them. So instead of me talking and just giving you the theory, I would love to welcome them to come and tell you exactly how they did it and what they've achieved, which has
Awesome.
been incredible. Yeah,
Awesome. So yes, as you can see, we have a few things planned coming up over the next few
yeah.
weeks, and I'm looking forward to that as well, to actually get some real, real life experiences of how other people have experienced
Yes.
some of your programs. So it would be nice to
Mm-hmm.
share some of that. I'm looking forward to that. Once again, thank you, Angie, for coming to the stream. Is there any final things that you want to say before we wrap up for this Saturday?
Uh, no, I just hope this is useful, guys. Please do leave a message or a comment to say that this is helpful for you. And yes, as Sean said, there's a lot of information in this one video. You know what? I would take notes, honestly. Write down the things that you think would be helpful and stick it on your fridge so you see it every day. And then you will actually do that too. Next week, we'll talk a little bit more about exercise, but we will also um, dig into maybe some examples. Sean, you asked me last week of what breakfast would be really helpful, things like that. But also, if anybody sends any questions, then we can answer that next week in terms of nutrition. If you need more help and more advice in nutrition, then we can spread it over as well.
Fantastic. Thanks so much, Angie. It's been
You're
awesome
most
having you on
welcome.
again. And
Thank you.
enjoy the rest of your weekend and see you next Saturday.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.